life in politics, and I'm going to read you that letter now and let you know that the author of it is sitting across from me.
Echo, sorry.
It reads, "My name is Philip Turney. I am 77 years old today. On June 8, 1967, I was just 20 years old when the gallant crew of the USS Liberty was savagely attacked. Our American flag was proudly flying on our ship in the Mediterranean Sea that day. The designation AGTR-5 was clearly painted on the bow, port, and starboard sides. USS Liberty was written in English on her stern. When we arrived on June 7th, we were overflown by Israeli reconnaissance aircraft, and the same activity was repeated on the morning of June 8th. We were positively identified as American and friendly by the IDF. We had requested a destroyer escort long before we entered the Mediterranean, but we were denied twice. Our captain assured us that we were clearly marked as American and we therefore had nothing to fear. We were alone, 12.5 miles off the coast of the Sinai Peninsula, always in international waters. The Israeli reconnaissance aircraft were clearly marked with the Star of David. We therefore felt secure, seeing a flying boxcar and other smaller recon propeller aircraft taking good care of us. The attack began at 2 o'clock on a beautiful, bright, sunny day by French-made Mirage and Mistral jets painted black with no markings. We had no clue who was attacking us, but assumed it was an Arab state. During the first pass-by, the jets took out all but one of our transmitting antennas, as well as every watertight door above the waterline. The air attack lasted about 25 minutes, killing and maiming our firefighters and any sailor who moved. Our radio man took one antenna offline, so it wasn't transmitting and wasn't hit. He ran a long wire to it, and the SOS went out to the 6th Fleet. It was even picked up as far away as Vietnam. Rockstar, under attack by an unknown jet aircraft. Help us, help us. Captain Tully, skipper of the USS Saratoga, sent jets to come to our aid. Before the jets hit the horizon, they were recalled by Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara. Captain Engen of the USS America and Tully relaunched more aircraft to aid us. They were also recalled, this time by Lyndon Baines Johnson himself. He said, quote, "I don't care about a few dead sailors. I will not embarrass my ally, Israel. Return to base immediately," end quote. How did he know who was attacking us if we did not? We were set up by our own government to let a foreign government have their way with us. The IDF even dropped napalm on the bridge of our ship. How low they would go, we would soon find out. 3 motor torpedo boats headed our way, and one torpedo hit our starboard side. We saw the Star of David on the boats. They were there to sink us. The attack continued for another hour and a half. Attacking jet aircraft destroyed all but 3 of our life rafts, which we had put overboard. We were going to place our most seriously wounded in them so that they would have a chance at life. But the IDF would have none of that. They shot 2 of them out of the water and took one aboard their boats as a trophy of the kill. They continued shooting and killing my mates. They left and we thought that it was over, but it wasn't. IDF helicopters were sent with troops armed and ready to board our ship and finish us off. Then they just left. I guess the gig was up when the mighty IDF could not sink our defenseless ship. When it was all done, there were over 821 rocket and cannon holes and over 5,000 armor-piercing bullets riddling the ship. Napalm was burning us up, and a 40 by 40 foot torpedo hole was in her side, causing the ship to list badly to our starboard side. We then waited 17 hours for help. I guess they hoped that we would sink that night. Help was only 40 minutes away from us, but they left us out alone to die. When the USS America and the USS Davis arrived to help us, they took our wounded to care for them. Their wounds were so horrific, words cannot explain. Admiral Kidd boarded our ship a few days later, and the cover-up immediately began. We were ordered to never speak of the attack to anyone, not even with one another. Penalties would be fines, imprisonment, or worse, and we all knew that worse meant death. We have been treated like garbage for the last 57 years. Congress has been bought and paid for, with the exception, over the years, of a few brave lawmakers. Their names are Representatives Pete McCloskey, Paul Findley, and Jim Traficant. As the courageous Rep. Thomas Massey has noted, all Republican members of Congress except for him have AIPAC handlers. We can assume this is also true of nearly all Democrats. We are the most decorated ship in naval history for a single engagement. I believe God saved us that day to allow us to communicate the truth of this attack to leaders like you. We give all power to Jesus Christ. We are just his servants that horrible day and now. The USS Liberty survivors are the biggest whistleblowers this country has ever seen. We have been smeared as anti-Semitic, Jew haters, and Nazis. Our only sin is that we survived. We didn't kill anyone. Israel did all the murdering that day, and the U.S. government did all the covering up. I'm asking you to help us save America by telling all of the facts about the slaughter of my mates. We are begging you to support us. Respectfully, Phil Turney, the president of the USS Liberty Veterans Association. Great honor to have you here today.
Thank you, Candace. It's a great honor for me to be here and represent the gallant crew of the USS Liberty that had been treated so badly, as I said in the letter, for 57 years.
So I just want to start just really at the beginning, I guess. When did you sign up to be in the United States military?
I joined the Navy at 17 years old at San Diego, California. That's where I went to boot camp. I did 2 tours of Vietnam before I got aboard the USS Liberty. And I did 3 tours with her, including her last. So that was my naval career.
This man was decorated. This man did 2 tours of Vietnam, a bloody war that the United States lost.
Yeah.
Our only losing war is considered Vietnam. He did 2 tours and then went to the Liberty. So understand what type of soldier he was. He was decorated. He was the man. He was
putting in that work.
He was so decorated, he was put on this USS Liberty, which was full of United States spies.
And I got out of the Navy, and then I wasn't working at the time. I thought I'd never go back in because why would I go back into a place where people are going to try to kill me? But I wasn't working, I had a baby. So I went back in and I got aboard the USS Maddox, DD-731, which was in the Tonkin Gulf, which was another false flag.
Wow. So just as a question, I mean, most people, just being in the Vietnam War, I mean, that was traumatizing enough, obviously. So you came back and you decided that you were still going to serve the country. When exactly did you find out that you were going to be aboard the USS Liberty?
I found out when I got orders to go to the East Coast from the West Coast. I was on an ammunition ship then, USS Mauna Kea AE-22. I said, well, great, I'm going away to the East Coast, and I always wanted to go there anyway. So I ended up on the Liberty. And when I got aboard the Liberty, they said it was a ship that mapped the bottom of the ocean. And I said, wow, how could that be when all the antennas are going straight up? Mm. But I was a dumb kid. I believed anything they told me until a few months after that. And I said, no, this ain't right. We're a spy ship.
Okay, so they initially said to you, they didn't even, you're serving on a ship and they don't even tell you the truth about why you're there. So here you are and they're like, you're just here to map the bottom of the ocean?
Yes, that's what they told me.
Okay.
But there were 2 different crews aboard that ship. There were 200 spies, CIA, NSA spies. And I was in ship's company, engineering. And there were 100 of us, and with the other guys, bosun mates, cooks, things like that, to run the ship. Our only job, Candace, was to make sure that the communication technicians got where they had to go, so they could do their deal.
Okay. And so when did you notice, or I guess when did it become apparent to you, how long had you been aboard before you went, I don't really think that we're here to map the bottom of the ocean? Did they tell you, hey, I'm actually in the CIA or I'm in the NSA?
No, they didn't talk to us, and we didn't talk to them. We weren't allowed to.
Okay.
And so it was two different crews. And we figured it out pretty quick what was going on, but yeah, it was so secret. I mean, everything was secret. Very, very secret.
And did you, just wondering how the setup is, are you sharing a room with 4 or 5 people? How does that work on the ship?
Well, I was in a bunk room with about 70 men.
70 men in one room? Mm-hmm. Wow, okay.
Yeah, that was engineering spaces. And up forward was the bosun mates. That's where they had their berthing. The spies were in the back of the ship.
Okay. And so what's a typical day like?
Typical day was get up, take a shower, go to chow, go to work, stand your watches. And when we were out at sea, we'd sunbathe a lot. Because, you know, we were always off the coast of Africa. And we were doing reconnaissance there, up and down the coast, 4 or 5 miles an hour, all the time. And we just go up and down and up and down. We go to ports, different ports, Luanda, Angola, Abidjan, you name it, all the ports on the west coast.
So it's beautiful.
Oh my, was it ever. Great taste, pineapples, everything. It was great. I love those people. They were good to us.
And you're also thinking this is very low risk. You're going, hey, in terms of having an engagement, I'm being sent out here. It's beautiful weather. We're sunbathing. Things are looking up.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was good duty. It was great duty. But on the last cruise, we were headed to Africa again, just like we always did. We stopped in Abidjan, and this was in June. And we got emergency orders to leave. We just gotten there. We got emergency orders to leave, get everybody back aboard ship ASAP. And we took off for points. We had no idea where we were going, but the 6-day war was going on.
Okay.
And we didn't know it.
Oh, you didn't know it was going on?
No, not till a little bit later.
Okay. So at this point, and just to be clear, how long had you been aboard the USS Liberty?
I did a little over 2.5 years on the Liberty.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah.
You had seasick, not seasick at all then, I guess.
I got seasick every time I went out for about a week, and then it was gone.
Okay. So now you get these emergency orders, and you have no idea where you're going. Are they giving you any information, or they're just saying it's an emergency, everybody get back in?
Everybody get back in, and we headed to Rota, Spain. We picked up 3 Marines. They were linguists, and a civilian, Alan Blue. He was he was killed, by the way. He was another linguist, but he worked directly for the NSA.
Okay. So he gets on board. You're in Spain now, and then where do you go?
We head into the Mediterranean, into go through the Rock of Gibraltar and all that, and all the ships were going this way, going the other way. We were the only one going that way.
Okay. And still, nobody's informing you about the 6-day war?
We did find out that we were going into a war zone.
Okay. And what information, if any, did they give you?
None.
None. You're just going into a war zone. Prepare for anything?
No, we were prepared because our captain, Captain McGonigal, we trained all the time for different situations, chemical drills, fire, all kinds of different stuff.
And what's the general mood as you guys are heading towards there, the conversation between you and your shipmates?
Apprehension. In fact, we had the Star of David. We knew what was going on then. People had Star of Davids all over the ship, inside the ship, hoping Israel would win, because they were our best buddies in the whole wide world. And come to find out, they weren't.
So now it's June 7th. Is that correct, when you arrive into the Sinai Peninsula?
Right. We got there on the 7th, and the Israelis started overflying us then, taking pictures of us. Same thing happened on the June the 8th. Flying boxcar, which is a 2-engine plane. The doors were open. You could see the cameraman taking pictures of us.
So they're that close. They're that low.
Oh, yeah. You could see the pilots. We would wave at them, they'd wave at us. Very friendly. They would dip their wings like everything's great. And we felt good because our best friends were there. And we had no worries. I mean, none at all, because they were going to protect us. But it ended up they didn't.
So you had described in your letter saying that you had the American flag displayed. Can you describe for me, first and foremost, again, reiterate where it was displayed and also how large the flag was?
Right, it was on the mast.
Pause it.
And
Now, does that really matter if you're going into war territory? The one of the people gonna think you the ops. They don't think that you're faking it and trying to attack them from the back. Yes or no?
It's possible, but they have American flag on the ship.
The name of the boat.
And the Israel flags everywhere.
Right.
But they also have the ship number, which
Right.
is a military number where you know it's American. So if you read on the whole, it had the number of the ship on it, the USS.
But all that could be fluke. All that could be copied.
So you think that there's a battle, that people have battleships and they make them to put fake America, fake ID numbers, and that's just allowed to exist out there?
Yes. Just like how people strap bombs on the little ones just to kill people.
I don't know much about like armed forces, but I believe that if China sent a ship, because we could see everything. If if the United States sees China sends a battleship across international waters near America, disguised as an American ship, we will blow that shit up.
Facts. That's facts.
First, you're gonna try to
You're gonna hell them
get
first.
figure it out.
Well,
You can figure it out. We can see via satellite where every battleship on this planet is, and we were tracking it in real time, and you have pictures. This is a Chinese battleship,
But you're going into
with
a
American
war,
stuff on
But
it.
you're going into a war that's not an American war.
Okay.
There's two other people fighting. You're going into war territory.
They radioed. They were in
They
communication.
radioed to their help for the Americans.
Yeah.
They didn't talk to the people that was in the war.
The people that was in the war. You mean
Yeah.
like the ops of Israel?
I don't know who they was in war. They never specify who was in war. They was going
This-
to war
it was-
territory.
It was the 6-Day
flag
War. I believe it involved Iran. Let me see. The 6-Day War. The war in 67. Arab-Israeli and between Israel and the Arab states. A lot of the Arab states. Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. So you're saying that the Egyptians, Syrians, or Jordanese could say, oh, this is a fake American ship with a fake legit American transponder, a fake legit American code that we can see that it's legit, but it's just painted to look a certain way. Let's attack it
Yeah.
without communicating with it. Just attack it.
I disagree with that
Okay.
because you gotta hail the ship first before you actually do that. If they don't answer and you continue hailing them, that's when you start shooting. Cover.
I know
from
you
fire
ain't
and shit like that,
disagreeing
bro.
because you will
It comes down
punch
to that.
anybody that's around you.
Shut up. We're talking. They would shoot.
that's
They would shoot
what
cover
I'm
fire.
talking about,
They would
though.
shoot a warning fire out first because you're not to get your attention. And if you don't, and they're gonna find out more detail, and then they'll probably like blow up the ship because you could be an enemy ship. They're trying to hail you. You're not answering. The code that you're doing is not verifying. Then they're gonna blow your ass away. That's what I look at because the Americans not just gonna just shoot the ship out of nowhere unless they, as he said right here, the orders. They got orders to tell them not to go or whatever, not to go to help them. They were supposed to have a battleship follow them, and that ship the destroyer was supposed to be following them, and that ship did not happen. Somebody told that to happen. So, but if that's the only way for them to get attacked or not get help, it got to be somebody higher up.
We need to listen to this soldier some more. Regardless of what Flash is saying about what Israel and this, let's hear what the soldier, he was there. He witnessed it. He's going to go into more detail of exactly what happened and see if you still believe that, Flash.
It's brand new. It was a 5x8 flag. Very visible. It was 12 knots going over across the deck. You could see the flag. And in fact, the Israelis identified us as American and friendly.
How do you?
Okay, we can keep going.
Fuck.
Are you
We
good?
keep going. Yeah, we keep going.
Okay.
You know that.
Well, we know it because of the intercept we picked up, and they admitted it themselves. We were on their war table. They identified us as American. And when they changed the watch, they forgot to tell the other watch commander that we were there, they took us off their war table. So we no longer existed.
Okay. When you say take you off the war table, I'm not familiar with that lingo.
Okay.
So what does that mean? They took us off the war.
Well, on the war table, they have like different ships or different.
Like literally set up the table
Right.
that shows you.
Right,
Okay.
and what's going on, and they took us off, so we were gone to them.
Mm-hmm.
They thought, but
Just for the sake of the conversation, are you in believing that this was a real American ship, and that the Israelis knew that they were American, or do you still doubt?
Well, they knew they was, but they took them off the war table.
That means you're not an enemy. When you have the war, it's like they're going here, they're northwest, they're over here. Oh, this right here, these are our allies. So these are the enemies here.
Damn.
Is there any doubt in your mind that there's a conspiracy within this conspiracy? Like this soldier's mistaken. When he said he saw Israeli fighters with Israeli planes, with the Israeli Star of David on the planes, that those weren't real Israeli planes?
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about them going into the war territory and doing all the, them specifically.
Yeah, who sent them
I'm
there?
not saying.
Who sent them to war territory?
There are people.
America.
America did.
Sent the other ships this way, made them go that way.
Yeah.
President Lyndon Johnson. Yeah?
Damn.
And didn't Lyndon Johnson say, I'm not going to embarrass Israel
Yep.
for some stupid sailors? So even he knew he said, I'm not going to embarrass Israel, prior to even them knowing it was Israel attacking them. So the president knew before the sailors knew. Let's keep going.
they knew exactly.
Oh! Hey! Dark Shadow! 250! Let's go! Stop playing with me, dog! Yeah, Flash, get your knowledge up, homie! Nigga, get your knowledge up! 250 to PayPal, way! The right way! The goddamn right way! Yeah!
That's how you do it.
Goddamn! That's what I'm talking about! Woo! Knock Shadow says it's been a long... Flash, can you turn on the AC? He says it's been a long, busy couple of weeks and I need rest. Hey, you and me both, dog. Thanks for Rengoku in this motherfucker. I like to leave a little something for you and your little ones for the holidays. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, man. Hey, thank you, Nog. Hey, that's amazing. I'm going to make sure JoJo and Zoe get something nice from Target.
He said Target.
The Target toy aisle is undefeated. That's the only place we can go to get toys. It's either you go to Amazon, but if you want your kids to experience the toys, you take them to Target or Walmart.
They got rid of that Toys R Us online thing.
That shit out. If you have a child, you want them to see the toys. As a kid, you want to go down the toy aisle and look at the toys. You can only do that at Target or Walmart. But I don't do Walmart because everything's behind a freaking case.
You know why?
Yeah, niggas. So I do Target because it's not all hidden behind the case. The kids can still touch the toys.
Right.
So, hey, Knock Shadow, thank you, bro. I'm going to make sure JoJo gets something fire. He probably wants some, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Some video game related at this point. Or some Minecraft. And I'll make sure Zoe get what she needs, bro. Thank you so very much, bro. That means a lot to me, bro. The PayPal way.
The right way.
The right way to make it happen for your boy. Fuck.
Let's get back to this right here, man.
This fire, right? Hey, Knock drop fire during fire. Knock Shadow the motherfucker. Member of the $1,000 club. Multiple times over.
They took the pictures of all the ship. They know exactly what to hit and when to hit it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I might add, I believe, and I think most of my shipmates believe, that this attack was planned a year in advance.
A year in advance?
Yes.
What makes you say that?
Well, there was another spy ship in the area, USS or the SS Valdez. It was a civilian manned ship, but it was owned by the Navy. It could have done the same thing that we were doing, but they took them out of the area. Sinking the USS Liberty is a hell of a lot sexier than sinking the Valdez.
Why is that?
Well, it's all American sailors and Marines. They wanted this at the bottom, and so they could blame it on the Arab states and bring us into World War III.
Damn.
Okay. So
You heard that?
let me ask you.
That's fucked up, bro.
He believed that the Israelis sunk the USS Liberty. They want to sink it to the bottom of the ocean to bait America to join World War III
That's fucked up.
during the 6-Day War. And America was a puppet and sacrificed their own soldiers.
And there was
100%.
different governments too in this. He said the CIA and the NSA, bro. Those are two big branches right there to get rid of your soldiers like that, man. To get rid of your agents.
That Rangilku gift is fire.
An American.
question.
It's
Now,
wild, man.
it's the morning of
He's gonna go into details now about what happened that day.
the 8th, and you
To set it up, for 2 days, they've witnessed Israeli planes just flying low past the ship with cameras, taking pictures of the ship. They were taking pictures of each vulnerable object
Moments
on
of-
the ship.
Yeah.
So
where
they
the
could-
attack at? Where
So
to
they
get
could
her-
have target for the
Yeah,
attack later.
yeah.
like you said, on the 7th, they took pictures, they positively identified you, you were able to hear this over the radio. Did they still have at that moment the CIA agents on board?
Yes.
The NSA agents were on board, so you still got the exact same amount of people that are on board here.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about a pretty big sacrifice they were willing to make.
Right.
Total number of people, did you
294 souls.
294 souls. Okay. Take me through what happened on June 8th. You get up.
We get up at 0600, and like I say, we go to chow and take a shower, go to chow, go to work. We had a damage control drill just before the attack, say about 1 o'clock. And I was in damage control. I was assistant on-scene leader in damage control. And I was in an impregnated suit, which is a suit for washing down the ship of chemicals. And it was very, very hot that day. I mean, 100 degrees on the deck, easy or more. And I thought I was going to pass out. It was so hot. Finally, it was over with, and I went and stowed my gear. Excuse me, the sound-powered phones weren't working on the starboard gun mount.
The sound.
Yeah, they're sound-powered phones, from just like, you could put on headphones, but they were sound-powered. They weren't electrical. And for some reason, it wasn't working.
Imagine that. There's headphones that are sound powered. You don't need electricity. That's incredible. I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't know.
A lot of stuff that we don't know.
So I think in my mind of minds,
lot of
I would
private
think
shit
like
that we
since you're
got.
out in the ocean, they were able to bank sound off the waves and they could travel long distances maybe. I don't know. But the fact that they have sound powered, but they're not working.
I still.
The way to get out is not working.
Yeah, I'm still thinking like.
And I went to the IC shop, and I got a friend of mine, David Skolak. He was an ice seaman, and that was his job, take care of the IC system there for sound-powered phones and the IC system, intercoms on the ship. And he came up there, and the gunner's mate was up there also. They were manning the guns. We were in a condition 3, just in case, because we could see the bombs going off and everything on the Sinai. So we thought, that this is really not a good place to be. And just as soon as I left that gun mount, about 30 seconds after I left it, I got back to my workstation, and all hell broke loose. The attack began.
What's the first thing you remember?
First thing I remember was all hands get to your general quarter stations. We're under attack, we're under attack. And I got to my GQ station, which is in the front part of the ship. And those 2 men that I just left there, not a minute it took me to get back up there, they were dead. They're blown to bits. Anything that moved aboard that ship, they were shot at. As in the letter, they took out all of our antennas within 3 seconds. Our 450 caliber machine guns were gone. Every watertight door was hit. And this went on for 25 minutes, dropping napalm on us.
Damn.
I mean, 25 minutes of that, you can't imagine. Every second was like an hour. There was nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. And you got people severely blown up, wounded badly. It continued and continued and continued for 25, 30 minutes, and then there was a lull.
Imagine being attacked for that long. Scared for your life. You ever got into a fight?
Yes.
We all got into a fight before.
Yes.
Doesn't it feel like it's lasting forever?
Yes.
Last 40 seconds. Felt like forever.
So you get that
Because
knockout.
you're in a terrible situation.
Yeah.
God
yeah.
dang, I want this shit to be over. When is it going to
Yeah.
get tired? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, goddamn. 25 minutes under attack from different directions. Torpedo, gunfire, napalm.
And you're in the ocean. There's nowhere you can run.
25 minutes?
There's
Think
nowhere
of
to go.
5 minutes is an eternity in that.
Yeah.
He went through hell for that long.
We saw the torpedo boats coming. We thought, the Star of David, oh, good. Because these were unmarked jet aircraft. We didn't know who was attacking us. We thought it was the Arabs.
Flash. Blacked out planes were the ones attacking them. So they thought it was the Arabs. But now he sees the torpedo boats pulling up. But the torpedo boats have Stars of David.
And then we saw the torpedo boats, and the Star of David thought, oh man, here's our best friends who are going to come help us. No, they come to sink us.
When you talk about them dropping napalm, and so they did this immediately, what does that do for people that are not aware? What is the purpose of that, and how does the body react to napalm, the chemical agent?
It can burn you severely, and it also can explode your lungs. Very, very hot. I tried to go up and put it out with CO2, and I couldn't do it. They shot up all our fire hoses, too. We had no way to fight fires with water at all. They shot them all up.
Instantly in that first 25 minutes.
Yes.
So they took out
Everything.
the antennas instantly, the fire hoses instantly, so you couldn't take out fire. And during those 25 minutes, what were you doing specifically?
I was getting people off deck, taken to a triage in the mess decks. The whole mess decks was full of people laying on the tables, on the floor. It was a sea of broken and bloodied men. And it continued like that for, like I say, for the entire attack. And then the torpedo boats got up to us. They did, they fired 5 torpedoes at us.
So all the antennas are taken out, 25 minutes has passed, and they're obviously assuming that you can't communicate your distress. You indicated in your letter, was it before the torpedoes that fortunately somebody had taken one of those
Yes.
offline?
Terry Haldebardier is the third class radioman. He strung a long wire to the only antenna. He took that antenna offline because it wasn't working. So they didn't hit it because they were using heat-seeking missiles to hit all the antennas. Because when they're tuning, they throw off heat, and they took them all out except that one, and he got it. Thank God. I mean, there's reasons for all this happened, and he got it hooked up, rockstar, and like I said, it went to Vietnam. The 6th Fleet picked it up. They automatically sent aircraft from the Saratoga and Captain Tully, and
There it is. It went as far as Vietnam. Captain Saratoga heard, oh, freak, our soldiers are in danger.
Yeah, basically.
Scrambled the motherfucking fighter jets, sent them out there to save them.
before they even hit the horizon, McNamara says, bring those aircraft back.
before they even get into the sky.
So while they
Bring
jumping
them
on the
back.
jets, getting everything together,
They're off. But before they even get to the maximum horizon, bring them back.
Do not help Liberty. Turn around.
So our Secretary of Defense, I mean, this attack could, in theory,
Secretary of Defense.
since he was able to get that message out, in theory, the attack could have been over. How long after it started?
Almost immediately. In fact, they could have saved 25 brave American lives, all spies that got killed when the torpedo hit.
But instead,
If they would have just let those planes come help us. But that wasn't the deal. We were set up by our own government to die.
so
That wasn't the deal. We were set up by our own government to die.
so
But that wasn't the deal. We were set up by our own government to die.
You know
Planes
what that-
come help us. But that wasn't the deal. We were set up by our own government to die.
You know how powerful that is? This is a war veteran. We were set up by our own government to die, my nigga.
that's sad. That's sad as fuck.
Had I said this shit, or anyone said this shit a month ago, shut up, nigga. Conspiracy theory, motherfucker. Here he is, in the flesh. For 50 plus years, this has been a cover-up. Who would have believed that the American motherfucker, the Johnson administration, would send a battleship to get holed by Israel and pretend Israel didn't do it? You let Israel just attack Americans and murder them? What the freak power does Israel have over America like that, bruh? What am I missing?
Yeah, that's strange. That's strange as hell. And then you just allow American people just to die. Fathers, sons, just.
What is happening?
That's sad.
I'm gonna stop it there. But there it is.
That's sad as fuck, man. To hear this story is sad.
That's sad as shit. All those people died
And this is what.
by our country.
I'm not gonna go there. I'll go there after we get off camera. Fuck that, because it's gonna go dark.
They have dirt on us. I don't think that means anything for a country.
I don't get
Dirt on us.
I don't think we.
Bro, what we
wouldn't give a fuck.
Who does it matter if there's dirt on us?
Yeah,
No one gives a
American,
shit. We are killing. We sent our own to die at the hands of Israel.
We sacrificed our own people.
For Israel,
Yep.
who are our allies. What the freak? Why? What is it?
My question is this though: the colonel or the commander who was told by the president, or who was told by the person who told him not to go, should have been questioning why the fuck would we not send our people to go help? They're being attacked. Why the fuck we are not sending them to go help? Why are we stopping them? I wonder what happened in that moment that they stated, hey, we need to go. Even though even though this is happening, we need to go. Our people are dying over there. I understand that the president and the government and the Congress have all this power, but there's to a point where it's like, fuck this. I'll take this court martial. We got to save our people.
Soldiers do what they told.
Innocent people died. He said, what did he say? 200 and how many? 200 and what? How many lives?
294 were on board.
That's insane, bro. And even if it was a spy, they were spies or not, it was still American people, and you let your own.
That's
people
cream of the
die,
crop,
bro.
You had
Our own
NSA
people.
agents and Secret Service.
In it, CIA. Where was the CIA?
They were on the ship getting burnt. Torpedo.
I mean the. Yeah, I ought to been going to the head. Look, I know this person is saying that. We need to go over his head, talk to the president of the United States, and make this happen. This can't happen like this. You innocent people, innocent men die, bro.
It happens all the time. Do you know why? Because to
Why
go
do-
to war, you need the support of the public. And to get the support of the public to go to fucking war, you need them to be outraged, which means people have to die. They're not going to tell you exactly how we sent them to die. No, they was out, they was lost, then they got bombed. Oh, it's an attack. We can't stand for it. We're going to war. And the public believe it. And they rally. And they allow the war. And they're all gun-ho for it. That's why it happens. It's manipulation to get the fucking population behind the warmongering. Because war is a flipping industry that makes money.
That's true. I agree with that. I know sometimes too, taking the ship off the board. I remember talking to my uncle about this because he was in the military. Sometimes taking the ship off the board meaning that ship doesn't exist. It's not there anymore. So that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing, bro.
That's what he said.
Like, because you said like you said the taking the ship of being like allies, but I'm saying like taking off the board. Oh, it's gone. Nothing there. So you can easily sink that shit. That's fucked up.
And that was I was gonna bring up.
That's fucked up.
What
The
you
war
say?
table, and
Yeah.
they took the ship off. Even if it was confirmed, it should have still been on there, so
Yeah.
the wall would have known.
Yes. Because that means that there's nothing there. So you could so there's easy to if nothing there, if it's destroyed, how do we know? Nothing was there. It's not on the board. It's gone. We didn't see anything.
I think he didn't mean that. He meant.
I know, but I'm just saying it's still like
He also said doesn't exist, but doesn't exist is in the terms of it doesn't exist within the fabrication of this war. Let them live. They're like a fishing boat. Not it doesn't exist. We could sink it. Because when he mentioned it taken off the war table, he was explaining that as to why they knew they were American. So they knew who we were. That's why they took us off the war table, because we're an ally. They took us off. We don't exist. Because it's called what again? A war table. Not a table. A war table. Ally, us, Israelis, and ops. Trixie, is there anything else you wanted to add? Because I know you've been waiting for a while.
it's sad, bro.
No, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, obviously, you guys all going kind of like, well, why does that happen? Well, that's what happens to rally everyone behind the war. You know what I mean? So that's why. You'd be surprised how many people get shot in friendly fire and, you know, orchestrated moves here and have magically bad information.
Yeah, this is not friendly fire. But I want to be, that word is not useful here. This is 100% a setup.
Yeah.
This is intended
Yeah,
murder.
100%. No, it's 100% a setup. But what I mean is the way that if that hadn't been found out, they would have portrayed that like that was, you know, bad information from here, from there. Oh, we're going to war. Look, they're willing to civilian ship. Look, and it's to rally the general public behind it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to think about the time that was in as well.
All
You know,
these
that was so large. I mean, you have satellite pictures there as well, so it's like all like Morse codey crap. You give one person the wrong code, boom, they're off the table. We accounted for hours. Oh, you know, it's that simple to do, and it angers everyone, and that's why they do it. Because it's years later that people find out, and by then no one cares. Because they're all dead. Everyone who knew them are dead. That's how they get away with it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. All these countries out here are dirty. Nobody is clean. All them got bullshit that they done secret that haven't came out in the dark, bro. Haven't came out of the light. I mean,
And I agree with what Shogun said. Was that Shogun who said it? Yeah. If there's people who profit from wars, the same thing would be applied to human trafficking.
yes,
Lots of money in that.
yes. I agree with you on that one.
It's the medical industry.
Because when you have so much money, money doesn't matter. So to buy a Ferrari for a billionaire is a small investment. To buy a pure virgin from Sudan who's 12, oh, he'll pay $1 billion for that. 500 million. That's the type of, that's a lot of money.
Sick shit, man.
It's sick. But people are willing to pay that, bro.
Some sick shit.
It's wild
Hey,
stuff.
that movie that we saw, bro. What was it?
Oh yeah.
When we went to go see it in theaters. That shit's sick, bro.
It's real talk, bro.
It's sick, man.